Hello everyone. I will sometimes forget who I am, by the way. This is Dawn over at Plot Chronicles. I wanted to do this review on a book that I read that I highly recommend reading because it had some things that I've never heard about happening in a thriller. It's called House Across the Lake by Riley Sager. There were a bunch of plot twists in it. It does seem to take a while to get going. That's the only reason I can't really give it 5 stars. But it's about a girl named Casey who is a widow, and she's an actress, and kind of a actress that's recognized, okay? And she's sad because she's a widow, and because of that she's drinking quite a bit. And her mom says, hey, go stay at this family lake house. So that's what she wants her to do. Now, at the beginning of the book, like I said, I feel like it kind of took a while to get it moving. But once it really got moving, the twists were worth it, okay? So basically, Casey is out on the lake and she saves a lady from drowning. Her name is Catherine. Catherine's married to Tom and they live in this house across the lake. Now, Casey is drinking a lot, all right? So you don't know if she's not all there. I mean, if somebody's drinking or doing any kind of, illegal substance, hey, you don't know how that can affect each person differently. We all know it's not healthy for you. So anyway, she's basically, has this couple across the way across the lake. They seem to be friendly. Of course, Casey has a set of, binoculars. And she's watching them and things like that. So her and Catherine befriend one another and seem to be friendly with each other. Catherine starts kind of opening up to her about her marriage and things like that. And, Tom seems like a friendly guy. That's the husband. And so all of a sudden, Catherine vanishes. And Casey doesn't know what happened. She assumes that Tom is behind it. And Tom says, no, she went back home, to take care of some stuff. It's no big deal. And the police really don't seem to want to get involved. But this whole thing kind of reminds me of Rear Window in some ways. But Casey starts getting obsessed with the whole thing. And she starts kind of, she went, when Tom left the house, she went over and snuck in his house to see if she could find clues, things like that. And you can imagine, Tom found out because he could tell things were moved around. He wasn't too happy about it. So it's kind of the story of that. If I talk a whole lot more than that, then it would kind of give away some of the story. But I will just say, it's like me just saying this, if you describe what I just told you, I might say, oh, that sounds kind of interesting, but it sounds like a lot of other stories. You would think that, right? But they have some twists and turns in there that were really unusual for a thriller and very different, something I've never heard of, but I can't tell you what it is because it would give away a lot of the story. But let me put it this way, there were some unbelievable things that happened in this book. And I found it to be interesting. I thought the ending was really good. I'm all about the ending, okay? Because sometimes I've heard people really love books and they're going along and they may even say, gosh, it started out with a bang, I'm really enjoying it, but then they don't like the ending. And they might have had a book that they said they're going to rate over 4 stars. And I've read this on Goodreads, people's reviews, and they're like, hey, I was going to give it 4.5 stars. I got to the ending, and the ending was so bad, and I'm giving this book a 2-star. So I like the ending for this book, too. Let me know if you've read any of Riley Sager books, and if this would be good, but I think you might find this book very interesting because the twist is interesting. So that is all I have to say. Come back tomorrow because I've got to tell you about one more book that is definitely worth reading. That's all I have to say. Love you, appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.